Alright, how's it going, everybody? Today I'm gonna do a small video just showing all my PSA cards. Just because I'm thinking about getting rid of a bunch of them, just because I'm not really into graded cards as much as I used to be. I'm more of a binder kind of, collector now. So it's just gonna be simple. I'm just gonna go ahead and show you, starting from like the bottom. Like this is my PSA 2 Shadowless Charizard. So this one I had since I was a kid. Thankfully, I pulled it from a pack and it just threw it in a box. Once the whole Pokemon boom came out, I looked for it and found it, got it graded. Um, so this is like my lowest card. So it's pretty beat up. As you can see, I totally did play it in the playground. So I was one of those kids, just threw it in my pocket, showed it off, and yeah, that's why it's all beat up. But I'm glad I kept it, to be honest. Onwards, we're gonna do Typhlosion from Neo Genesis. So this one's a 4. It's pretty scratched up. Same thing. When I started digging for my Charizard, I found this one in a drawer with a bunch of like pencils and notebooks. So it's super scratched up. As far as a hollow foil, and then it's pretty worn out on the edges, to be honest. So it's faded. It's definitely faded. Um, then we got Blastoise. So this one was weird because it's a base set 2 Blastoise, but the label doesn't label it as a base set 2 Blastoise. So I wouldn't consider it like a big error. It's just like whoever was labeling these messed up when it was going down the print line. So then we got Dark Scizor from Neo Destiny. We got Base Mewtwo. So these are all most of these are just like part of my like collection as um, I was collecting throughout the years. I kept some of these cards just because they were like some of my favorite Pokemon. So they're not in the best collection as far as sorry, best condition as far as like these older like cards from I think like the ones that were from like the Diamond and Pearl era that I have in here are all right. I'm surprised this Raichu got a 7, to be honest. It looks a little worn out. It's definitely scratched up from the holofoil. This Salamence I wish got a higher than a 7. It's super clean. Um, yeah, it just got some whitening, but I don't know if it should have gotten a 7. Some of these um, grades are kind of debatable. Um, this one's from Pop Series, T-Tar. I think it's when I was really getting into like EXs back in the day. So we got Charizard for Platinum, I think. Yeah, Platinum. So that one's a cool one. This one's one of my favorite Charizards, to be honest, because it has like the whole story as a kid grows up with Charmander and Charmeleon and now a Charizard. I have that as an 8, and I think I have it as a 9 as well. This one is from Legendary Treasures. This Charizard is the artwork. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but it's cool. It's different. Then we go on to Hollow Phantoms. So Kingdra with the extra typing, so it's a fire type. That generation was kind of cool with all those Pokemons back then. And then this is the secret rare Eevee shiny from Platinum. Um, to be honest, it's got some nicks, some lightning on the corners. So I'm assuming the hollow because these only come in reverse flow. So I'm assuming the reverse flow is just like scratched up or something, and that's why I got an 8. This by far is one of my favorite Rayquaza designs in any card that he's released. It's from Call of Legends. That one's pretty cool. We got Leafeon as well. This one also has an 8. So these are all like my 8s that I'm going through. I'm probably just going to crack these, to be honest, and just stick them in a binder. Jirachi there. This scissor is so cool. Like, that artwork is sick. Like, it's just so devious looking. Um, and I like dark types, but this is a steel type, obviously. But, like, it just gives you that feel of, like, I don't know, like a villain ninja that just shows up in the middle of the night just to execute somebody. Um, Eveltal, I, I I'm wondering what happened to like these, um, that type of hollow foil pattern on them. They did it for like I think 2 sets, and then they just gave up on it. I forgot what they were called. But anyways, we got first edition Flareon. This one I believe I purchased though. I made a bid on it and woke up the next day and I won that, so that was cool. We got old school Mew, so as an 8. Fun fact: I have like 50 of these that I just found the other day. Um, RCS from Platinum. I don't remember if these only came in reverse foil, but I believe so. I think it was just or was it? It has a hollow foil pattern, so I might just be mistaken to be honest. These are kind of old ones. So I got the fire type Arceus. We got two of the electric types, so both are in eights. Then we got Houndoom from Call of Legends as well. That's by far one of my favorites. And then we got the Espeon from Call of Legends as well. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna crack most of these eights and possibly some of these nines, to be honest, because I mean the value they just go for raw. So I'd rather just keep it as a binder piece. We got the Mega Charizard from Evolutions. I remember opening this one, and I think it took me like 80 packs to pull this one. I was so certain that it was gonna be like a 10 because like it looks really good. Like I just I'm sure if I like resend this in and it might get a 10. But I mean I don't know if it's worth my time and just trying to see if I can get a higher grade. To be honest, this Charmander I believe I purchased because I was trying to get the whole line for the Chinese in a 9 because I think I had the shiny Charizard somewhere in here as a 9, and I think I'm still missing the Charmeleon to be honest. Same card, just as 9 from the Radiant Collection. Um, Secret Wonders Charizard as a 9. This I think this was it a secret rare? No, no, I don't think. No, it was just a regular hollow. But at one point, this one was worth so much money, and it just gone. I mean, everything's gone down, but that one specifically, we got Celebi from Vivid. So we keep going, and in these nines, I have a bunch of duplicates. I think this is another Charizard. Yeah, so it's another Charizard in a 9. This Charmander is super cool from Crystal Guardians. I'm definitely gonna pop this open because like this is I'm trying to complete this set, so it's definitely gonna go in my binder as a 9. We got another Charizard from Hidden Fates. I think this is the promo. Is it the promo? No, no, no. I think it just came out in the set. This one I actually just did recently. The Lily. I was so certain that it was gonna be a 10. Um, but there's another card that I sent in the submission that got a 10 that is no way that it should have gotten a 10. So I don't know if like whoever was grading it was just like, oh, one of those two cards was a 10, so I'll just give it to the other card. And that's how I got a 10, but I really wish that Lily was a 10 to be honest. But the card that got the other 10, it's pretty cool too. So we got Salamence from Delta Species as a 9. And then we got a lot of Charizards. So this is Charizard from Supreme Victors, and I think that's another one in the back. Yeah, so these two are the non-hollows. I think I had the reverses in 7s. And then we got Glaceon from Hidden Fates. And then we got another Glaceon from Hidden Fates. And then we have another Glaceon from Hidden Fates. All in 9s. I really like Glaceon. It's a really nice ice type. We got the Alolan Ninetales as a 9. I think I only sent this in because I like the design for this Alolan Ninetales. One of the very few Sun and Moon designs that I actually liked. We got Shiny Ho from Hidden Fates. Lily sent this in just because it's Shiny Ho. Then we go on to the Shiny Fates Gym Trainer Full Art. I think I sent this just because at the time full art trainers were popping off, so I figured like if it gets a 10, then it might be worth some money that I could just sell it. Then we got Zamazenta from Vivid as well. This one is a little crazy. Supreme Victors, Moltres, I'm debating whether to crack it, to be honest, because I'm gonna need it for the Supreme Victors binder that I'm doing. Um, but it's still up there in price. It's not too crazy, but to get a secret, it's a secret rare. Um, I'm also gonna need the Zapdos and Articuno as well. Then we got the Arceus from Platinum again, but this one is as a 9. Then we go to Breakpoint, Skyla. I love Skyla. I could have sworn I had the other Skyla. I just can't remember where it went. We got another Radiant Collection card, the Mega Gardevoir. I love that it has the shiny and the non-shiny. That's a really dope artwork. I'm glad they put those two together. And then we got the shiny Gardevoir. This one I think I purchased on a bid, and it went for not too much. I think it was like I got it for like $50 at the time. Um, Not too sure how much it is now because I think they released another shiny version of that Gardevoir. And then we got base set 2 Clefable, which I I sent this when I sent all my Gen 1 Pokemon in, and I wasn't expecting it to get anywhere near a 9, to be honest. But does seem pretty clean. I was expecting all those Gen 1s to come back as like 6 or 7s, to be honest. Then Staraptor level X got a 9. This is like such a dope card. I forget if I traded this or if I just pulled it. But I remember like when I sent this in, I was so excited for it to come back just because I love the art on that card. Then we got a Metagross from Delta Species, Reverse Hollow. That's a 9. And then we go on to Typhlosion, my favorite Pokemon. That one is as a 9. Japanese cards usually they they grade really well. Then we got Umbreon from Stormfront. Sorry. This one I purchased as well. I believe it went for like $20. And that one went when the big Pokemon boom was taking off, so I was really lucky for that one. Then we got Champion's Path. This one I pulled. This is what got me back into Pokemon. Right before the big boom happened, I bought a box because I had like $15 in my wallet, and then my buddy gave me $5 just because he wanted to see how lucky I could be, and I I managed to pull this one in the second pack, so he was pretty upset that I got that. So I was happy. Then we got the Zalmazenta. This is from the premium collection, I believe. Yeah, premium collection. Then we got Shiny Reshiram GX, also in a 9. And then I have 3 Venusaurs in a 9 from Supreme Victors. I had a 4th one, but I cracked that one open already because that one was definitely going to be a binder piece. And then we got Boundaries Cross Blastoise as a 9. So that's kind of cool. And then my final 9 is, if you've seen my other videos, you've seen this one already, but it's the Karen's Umbreon first edition. This is such a dope card. I love this card. It's definitely gonna be one of my favorites, regardless of what the value is. I think it goes for like in a 9 is like $900, somewhat. Um, I was thinking about regrading because it looks super clean, to be honest. And the other Japanese card that I got in a 10 is a lot worse. So I'm pretty sure if I sent this in, it would maybe 1 or 2 times it would get a 10. But I don't want to pay the fees just to risk it coming back as a 9. Um, and then the last couple cards I have are all my 10s. So it's the Jirachi from Vivid Voltage. These I sent. That one I sent as soon as like Vivid Voltage stuff came out. And then the Champion's Path Charizard. I have like 50 of these. I still have a bunch of ETBs sitting in my house. Then we got the pre-release Charizard from Sword and Shield. No, Brilliant Stars. I think it was Brilliant Stars. As a 10, that was cool. I think I only bought 2 build and battles, and one of them was that, and the other one was a Dom fan. The Rayquaza, look at that. The Rayquaza has some of the coolest art, to be honest. It's such a dope card. Then we got the Kyogre as well from Shining Fates. Then Guzma full art, so that's pretty cool. Greninja looks so cool. I have a, I pulled like three of these, and I was debating whether to send this one in or another one, but I'm glad I chose this one because this one got the 10. I don't know if the other one would have gotten a 10. I'm pretty sure it might have gotten like a 9 or something. Then we got the Zacian, also from the Ultra Premium Collection. We got Mount Coronet. This one, I don't know why I sent it. I think it might have just been like it was such a clean card that I figured it would get a 10. Um, but I don't know really why I sent it. But I mean, it got a 10, so I'm glad. And then we got two Rillaboom VMAXs in a 10 um, from Shining Fates as well. I'm not the biggest Rillaboom fan, so I'll probably get rid of those as well. Here's the Don Fan from that pre-release. Also got a 10. Then we got Rowlet. This one, I like the artwork on it. It's pretty cool. Not, I'm usually more of a fire starter, but I mean that art is pretty cool. Guzzlord. I mean, I don't really like the color scheme, but I mean it's a 10, so I'll take it. Then we have Pokekid. This is as you can probably tell, I sent a whole bunch of Shining Fates cards. Um, and again, because it was a full art trainer, I sent this one. So this one luckily came back as a 10. Not worth much nowadays, but it was cool. Shiny Scyther from Hidden Fates as well came back as a 10, so that's pretty dope. And then this one. So this card is definitely not a 10. And I'll tell you because there's some whining there. There's some whining here. And then in the back, actually the back doesn't seem too crazy, but definitely that it's small, but like I don't know if the camera can pull it, but it's it's enough for like I don't even have to like look at it like under a microscope. Like you could just tell there's like whitening there. So how this got a 10, I don't know. I'm assuming because he went with the Lily that got a 9 and the Sylveon that is next. Um, so how this got a 10, but the Lily didn't get a 10 is kind of weird, right? I'm glad, just because it's just Charizard, right? And not you don't see this artwork very often. Um, Plus, I was able to pick this up personally in Japan, so that's another plus for me in that 10. And then this one we got from I believe I pulled it from one of the Evolving Skies ETBs that I had. Um, would have preferred the Umbreon, obviously. Not a huge fan of Sylveon, but I'm pretty sure if I hold on to this one, just because there's so many Pokemon. There's another Eevee there, Marshadow, another Eevee there. Like this card is probably gonna hold its value pretty good, especially now that like I think Evolving Skies is on its way out. So it's only gonna go up from there. Um, this artwork is super dope though. The bird trios. I think this is the promo one, yeah, from the Elite Trainer box from Innovates. Like the glass design, like whoever thought of this design deserves a raise because this thing is so dope. Look at that. Um, I think it's gone down in price, but I mean, I think this one definitely is a keeper, just because I'm a Gen Oneer, obviously. So it hits home for me. Jesse and James, this card is so dope. I sent it in as a like just a lulz. I did not care what I was gonna get, just because it's iconic. It's Team Rocket. It's Jesse and James, and then Meowth, completely knocked out in the back. Wobbuffet is back there. Um, yeah, this is definitely a keeper. Just because it's the duo, like it's the OG villains. Can we even call them villains? Maybe. Up next, we have another Delta species Salamence. This one is the normal hollow, I believe. Yeah, no, actually, it's a reverse hollow. Yeah, I think Delta species labeled where reverses. So this is the well, I'm so dumb. It says reverse foil on there. Huh. Um, Surprisingly, this got a 10 over the hollow, which has less of a foil around it, which is a little odd. But Salamence is dope. It's a super dope Pokemon, so I'm glad I'm gonna keep that one as well. We got Reshiram again from Shining Fates. That's another one, a 10. This Rainbow Pikachu. I hate Pikachu. But this card, I got it as soon as Vivid Voltage came out. I think I only opened like, I want to say like 20 packs, and I got this. I sent it in to get graded. At the time, I should have sold it. It was like a $2,000 card, and now it's like a $200 card. So that was a huge, huge loss. Um, but I mean, at this point, I kept it because I figured it's the first like big Gigantamax Pikachu, so it's gonna hold its value, and then it just nosedived once they did a rerun of Vivid Voltage and just tanked the value. This one is such a dope artwork as well. This Reshiram full art. This from Legendary Treasures as well. Like it's so like majestic to be honest. And I'm not even a Reshiram fan. Like I didn't even play much of Black and White, and I definitely didn't play Black and White 2. But just having this card like makes me want to play those games. And I probably will, but this I'll probably I'm debating whether I should keep that or if I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Then we got a Marnie as a 10. We got a couple more going on. So it's another Charizard, another Hidden Fates Charizard in the 10. Then we got this Lugia, which funny story, I purchased the full art version on eBay, and they sent me this one. Didn't realize it till like half a year later that I had the wrong Lugia because I forgot that they took so long, and I had purchased so many cards at the time that like I literally saw that cards were coming in, and I figured, okay, it's the right card. And then 6 months later, I realized I don't remember buying this card, but I remember buying the full art. But they sent me the wrong card. Thankfully, it still came back as a 10, which is dope. I would have preferred to have the other one, but who knows what condition the other card would have been. And it wasn't too big, it was like $6 at that time. So I'm cool with that one. Then we got Reshiram and Charizard in the 10. I think this one was from that like collector's deck box that they'd released, where like they gave you a whole like deck based around Reshiram and Charizard. It's like a fire deck or something. It came out a while ago. It's obviously 2019. Um, I don't think this was the one from the actual set, but it's during the time that they were doing that. They were putting like a bunch of cards from like the sets into like pre-made decks, and that's where that one's from. And then lastly is my Shining Fates VMAX Charizard in a 10. Not the biggest fan of um, Gigantamax Charizard in general, but it's a Charizard, so I obviously had to do it. And yeah, that's all of my cards. Like I said, most of like the lower ends, anything from like an 8 below is probably gonna get cracked open just because I don't really have the space to display these cards other than binders, so I have to crack them open. Nines, more than likely, I'm just gonna crack open and get rid of, unless it's like a really dope card that I like the artwork for. Tens are more than likely just gonna get sold off if if the value's there. If not, then I'm just probably gonna just keep them, store them in a box or something. But I'm kind of done with graded. I don't want to say forever, just because like I'm sure there's gonna be something that I want, that I don't have that would be kind of cool that I run into, or if it's like a card like the Umbreon that I literally don't care what grade it gets and I just want to encapsulate it. I'll probably get that graded. But other than that, I I feel like there's no consistency with cards, just because like you can send two of the same cards, exact same condition. You can look at it in a microscope and they will give you two different grades. Prime example and the final nail in the coffin that made me decide not to do that was that Lance's Charizard that I showed. There's no way that card should be a 10. It's for sure a 9. For sure a 9. And I mean, I'm not. I might sound like I'm complaining that I got a 10, but it's just like if I'm gonna invest money into something, I want it to be like guaranteed. At this point, there's no guaranteed. Any of these 10s, any of these 9s are actually 9s and 10s. I'm sure you guys experienced it. I'm sure you've seen it. There's cards that are graded as five, sixes, and should be like at least nines. There's just no consistency, and I'm not comfortable enough to like put money into that or pay for something that somebody's just gonna give a random number just based on how they're doing that day. And what's crazier, it's through during this process, it goes through two people that have to authenticate that they both have the same grade. So that Charizard went through two people, and they both said, "Yeah, that's gem mint." It's definitely not gem mint. As the owner of that card, when I purchased that card, I knew it wasn't gonna be a 10. I was banking 8, to be honest, 8, and it got a 10. Like that's beyond me. But anyways, this is a little rant I just had to get out. But yeah, I'm just gonna be collecting binders, picking up singles just raw, and then try to offload some of the stuff just to invest it back into my binders. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments below what you thought my favorite, like the best card that I had on here, or like what's your favorite card that you own in your collection, whether it's graded or raw, just a binder copy. So let me know. I'm super curious what people have that they really enjoy and value in this community. Um, so yeah, so if you want to stay tuned for the next video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.